quite a lot of books. I did something naughty. Like on the edge of my seat. I really am enjoying it. It was bad. Hello, welcome back to the vlog. I hope you're all doing well. This week, the plan is to catch up to my Goodreads challenge because according to this, I'm 8 books behind schedule and I've only read 65 books out of 100 that I was planning to read this year. I keep thinking to myself, I've got loads of time, but when I think about it, we're literally, what's the date today? It's the 26th of September and then we're in October and then it's only October, November, 3 months left of the year and I've got to read quite a lot of books. So this week we're catching up. I did just finish The Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score and I love this, okay? I did actually really enjoy it. I rated it 4 stars on Goodreads. It's kind of like the perfect easy read, like small town romance kind of vibe, which I actually really love. So I really love this book. The only thing I would say, and I was going to rate it a 5 stars, and the reason why I didn't rate it a 5 stars was because I did feel like the ending of the story was a little bit rushed. Like it had an epilogue and then it had a second epilogue, which I liked. However, I do just kind of feel like it was a little bit rushed. It felt rushed for me. I don't know what you guys think, but I definitely felt like I wish that the ending of it had been written into the story a little bit more. Like it kind of felt really abrupt and a bit like, oh, okay. And I feel like what could have been quite a big storyline wasn't mentioned at all throughout the book. And then I just kind of wished there was a couple more chapters where we got to what happened in the end. I'm trying not to say too much because I don't want to ruin it for anyone and anyone that hasn't read it. If you have read it, I hope you know what I mean and let me know in the comments what you thought of this book, because I did see quite a few reviews on Goodreads and they weren't very good. Like I did see a few hate reviews for this and I didn't hate it. I liked it. I thought it was an easy read, you know. I just do feel like, as well, another thing, it is quite long. Like, why is it 500 pages? Romances don't need to be 500 pages. Like, can we go back to the time when romances were like 200-300 pages? Because that's all it needs, really. But I did enjoy this. And then I actually have written out a list of books that I want to read. So I've got it on my phone. What I'm going to read next is going to be One by One by Frida McFadden. If you've watched a few of my book videos, I have mentioned this a few times. It's been on my TBR for quite a while, so I really want to start reading it. It's also not that many pages. I think it's less than 300, so I'll be able to read that hopefully by the end of this weekend, and then that's another book ticked off. So I'm going to start with One by One by Frida McFadden first. If you don't know what this book is about, it's basically about a group of friends and I think they go on like a little holiday. One by one they get lost or something happens to them, so I'm quite excited to read that. I think it'll be quite a good thriller. The second book I want to read is on Kindle Unlimited, or is it Prime Reading? I can't remember. I downloaded it quite a while ago. It's called Same Time Next Year and it's basically a little novella, so I thought this would be a really good book to add in to this week because I think it's only like 144 pages and that is exactly what I need to try and catch up to my Goodreads goal. But I believe this is about like a fake marriage, like they pretend that they're married and then it like follows them for the year that they're pretending to be married or something like that. So I thought this would be quite a nice little quick read that I could probably get done in a day. So I'm going to read this one second. And the third book I've got on my list to read, this is really ambitious actually to read 3 books, but this was a quick one and the other one's a novella, so surely this is realistic. I don't really know. But the third book that I want to read is on Kindle Unlimited and it is Off to the Races by Elsie Silver because I love Elsie Silver's books. I think they're so much fun. I think this is another cowboy romance, so I'm quite excited to get my teeth into this one. I think it's going to be a good one. However, it is quite long. It's about 500 pages, I think. So it's probably going to take me a little while to read, considering while I'm doing this, I'm also working full-time, 9 to 5. So I'm going to have to try and get as much reading done as I can this weekend. I have got a third book that I might get to. It's called Quicksilver and it's by Callie Hart. So that one is another long one. It's also a fantasy. I'll show you 1 second. It's this one. So I have actually heard quite a lot of good things about this on TikTok. It's a fantasy book and a lot of people have absolutely loved it as much as ACOTAR, so I'm quite excited to read that. It is on Kindle Unlimited as well, so make sure you download it before it kind of like ends or comes off. I don't know how long they stay on Kindle Unlimited for. I'm quite new to Kindle Unlimited. But yeah, I think if I can, I'm gonna try and read all of those books. If I really set my heart on it and set myself a goal to read at least 3 books in this vlog, I think I can do it. We're starting on a Thursday, which I know is a little bit of a random time, but I just finished The Things We Never Got Over last night and I wanted to start a new book tonight. So obviously it's going to be One by One by Frida McFadden. And I just thought I wanted to start the vlog before I started reading this. So I am going to get into my pajamas, get cozy on the sofa, make a nice drink, and then I'm going to start reading One by One. I'm actually so excited for this because I haven't read a thriller for a while. And I just love a thriller. It's just so good. Friday. I'm so happy it's Friday. I'm working from home today as well. I was supposed to go to Pilates this morning, but it was day 1 of my cycle, so I just thought, you know what, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do some reading. So I am on page 212, chapter 35, and it's been a very easy read, I will say that. I don't feel like it's giving me, I thought this was going to be quite scary, but I'm not getting like kind of scared, kind of just following the characters while they're like lost in the woods and like not really sure what's going on. And like, I wouldn't say I'm not enjoying it, because I am enjoying it, but I'm not loving it the same way that I loved The Housemaid. Like, it's not very gripping, I don't think. Like, I'm not like on the edge of my seat being like, oh my god, what is going to happen, like how's this going to end? But I'm not like not enjoying it. Like, I've been finding that I haven't put it down. Like, I have literally been reading it non-stop, and I have read this much in like, I've read like 200 pages since last night, so I feel like it's not like it's not good, it's just not gripping me like a thriller normally would grip me, where I'm literally like, what the hell, like I need to know what happened. Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad book, but I'm not like loving it the same way I would like other thrillers, where you're literally like, because I like a scary thriller. Like something that's literally like keeping me on my toes, like I need to know what's going on, and I'm not getting that from this. Although I am like looking forward to seeing how it ends and what's like going to happen at the end, because I'm not really sure. I've still got like 50 minutes before I start work, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and finish up as much of this as possible today, and then I'm going to start the next book. I feel like this has been such a quick and easy like read that if I can get the other one read this weekend as well, that's 2 books ticked off of my list, and then I'll be 2 books down on my Goodreads challenge. So I think that is pretty good going for the beginning of this vlog. So it's nice and rainy outside, I'm getting all cozy, I'm gonna put my candle on again, and I'm just gonna sit on the sofa and read until I start work. Hello, I just went to get my nails done. Can we appreciate my autumn nails? Oh, you can't really see the colour very well there. They're like this gorgeous, like, it's called Fall, and it's like this gorgeous like orangey brown. Honestly, it's so nice. This lighting isn't doing them justice. Can you believe that this is my real length? Like, what? I can't stop looking at them because I've never had nails this long. Like, my natural nails are literally rubbish and they don't last 5 minutes. And let's be honest, they're probably not gonna last 5 minutes. Like, they'll probably break, but I am super proud of the length. And I thought I would just give you an update on One by One. So I did actually finish this before I started work this morning, and it's not my favourite book, I will say that, but it did have a really good ending, and the twist I wasn't expecting. So to give it credit where credit is due, the twist did kind of save this book for me at the end. I also liked that it was just quick and easy. I do find Frida to be a very easy read. You know, you don't have to concentrate too much on the storyline, but you'll still get so much out of the book, and I really like that for when you're not really like in the right headspace. So I rated her 3 stars and I did finish her. When I finish work today, I'm going to start reading same time next year, I think it is, on my Kindle. So we will catch up tonight when I start that. Hello, it is Saturday and I thought we could do a little recap because I finished Same Time Next Year last night and guys, it was so bad. Like, I did see it did have quite bad reviews on Goodreads and I just thought, you know what, it's only 144 pages, like how bad can it actually be? It was bad. Quite possibly, probably the worst book I have ever read in my life. It was a terrible 144 pages. And I feel bad saying that because obviously someone has sat there and they've written that and they've published it. So they've been proud of that piece of work that they have written, but it just wasn't for me. And I actually rated it 1 star. It was just, do you know what if you've watched some of my book vlogs before, you'll know that I'm not a fan of like books that are very spice heavy. I don't mind if they kind of hint at it, like you know what they're going to do. I don't need it step by step graphic. I don't want to hear it. I hate it. It's just not for me. And this book in the 144 pages had too much of it. It was too graphic and it was just making me feel sick. So it wasn't for me, but please go and read it and see what you think. And if you have read it, let me know in the comments what you thought of it because I just didn't enjoy it at all. I'm just glad that it was another book that goes towards my goal on Goodreads of 100 books this year. I think even though since we started this vlog, I finished 2 books, I think I'm still quite far behind. So according to Goodreads, I am still 7 books behind schedule. How can I be 7 books behind schedule? I have really got to get going with this. I started reading Off to the Races by Elsie Silver on my Kindle because it was on Kindle Unlimited. I'm 81 pages in and I am quite enjoying it so far. It's like a classic enemies to lovers, ranch, farm, horses, racing kind of vibe. I'm quite enjoying it. It is quite good, but I did something naughty. I went to Waterstones this morning. We went to go meet Alex's parents for lunch, which was so nice. And I just couldn't resist going into Waterstones. I just wanted to have a quick look and I've bought 2 books. They're very on vibe for the season. So you're gonna have to let me know if you've read these. I picked up the Pumpkin Spice Cafe because can we just appreciate this cover? Like how stunning and perfect for autumn is this book. So I just had to pick it up. If you haven't read this before, it's basically about a girl called Jeannie and her aunt gifts her this pumpkin spice cafe in a small town and she has like a really boring desk job, relatable, and she decides this sounds like a great idea, I'm gonna go for a fresh start. And she meets Logan, who is a local farmer who avoids Dream Harbour's gossip at all costs. But Jeannie's arrival disrupts Logan's routine and he wants nothing to do with the irritatingly upbeat new girl, except that he finds himself inexplicably drawn to her. And it's, I think from the vibes of the blurb, it's going to be a very grumpy sunshine book, which I actually really like. And yeah, I thought that was going to be a good book and it was on buy one get one half price. So I also picked up the Cinnamon Bun bookstore because again, it's the vibes, it's the autumn vibes, it matches my nails. And I just thought I can't not get both. I thought these would be really good like September into October reads. So this one, the Cinnamon Bun store, is on the back. It says, when a secret message turns up hidden in a book in the Cinnamon Bun bookstore, Hazel can't understand it. As more secret codes appear between the pages, she decides to follow the trail of clues. She just needs someone to help her out. Gorgeous and outgoing fisherman Noah is always up for an adventure, and a scavenger hunt sounds like a lot of fun. Even better than the cute bookseller he's been crushing on for months is the one who wants his help. Hazel didn't go looking for romance, but as the treasure hunt leads her and Noah around Dream Harbour, their undeniable chemistry might just be as hot as the fresh out of the oven cinnamon buns the bookstore sells. So they're set in the same place. I just think cozy, cute vibes. Can't go wrong really, can you? My camera ran out of memory card space, so that's why it abruptly just kind of ended there. But as I was saying, I am really excited about these books. So once I'm finished with Off to the Races, I think I'm gonna start with the pumpkin. Is this the first book? I think this might be the first book. Oh god, the pages are a little bit ruined from being in my bag. That's really sad. Look, the pages are kind of like ripped. Oh, I actually hate when that happens to paperbacks. Oh my god, there's a Christmas one. I'm gonna have to get that at Christmas. But yeah, I think this is the first one. So we will start with Pumpkin Spice Cafe. I feel like I'm getting ill as well. I've got a bit of a sore throat. I don't know if you can hear it, so I'm really sorry if it's annoying. I'm going to try and hydrate with lots of water and get an early night tonight. It sounds like it's definitely gonna need to be on the cards because I do not sound okay. Happy Monday. I sound so ill. I'm so sorry about that. I'm feeling slightly worse for wear, but it's a work from home day, so at least that's something. But I did finish off To the Races last night. I thought we could do a little bit of a recap of my thoughts. Even though this book was quite long, like it was over 300 pages, I just kind of feel like it lacked depth to the story, especially with the characters. I just feel like it brushed over their like history, and then because it didn't really go into depth into their background, I didn't feel that connected to the characters. Then I kind of felt like the love story lacked depth too. Like it kind of just went from they didn't like each other to being in love, and it was a bit like, oh, okay, like this is happening now. It didn't really have much, like, I don't know, it wasn't very exciting, because I do find that Elsie Silver is a really good author, but I do find her books to be a little bit hit and miss for me. Like even reading Chestnut Springs, like I liked a couple of them, but then the rest were just a bit like like they're okay, they're not like amazing, do you know what I mean? And that's how I felt about Off to the Races. It was just kind of okay. I'm not, if I'm being honest, I'm not really that bothered about reading the rest of the books in the series, which I think is a shame. In the end I rated it 3 stars, but I think maybe it could have been 2.5 because it just didn't do it for me. I did say I was going to read The Pumpkin Spice Cafe next, however it has come up as an option for our book club book of the month for October, so I'm waiting to see if that gets voted. So in the meantime I started reading Never Lie by Frida McFadden, because this is a short one. It's only like 200 and something pages, so I thought I can definitely get that finished like quite quickly, which is what we want, because tomorrow is October. I can't believe it's the 1st of October tomorrow. Like, where's this year going? But I thought this would be a really good book to just pick up to tide me over until we've decided what the book club book of the month is going to be. And yeah, I've started this. It's quite scary, I'm not gonna lie. It is actually freaking me out a little bit. I started reading it quite late last night, and I was lying in bed and I was thinking, oh my god, I'm actually a bit freaked out, but it is really good. I really am enjoying it so far. I'm reading the bio on Goodreads because I don't want to spoil it, but it's basically about this psychologist, and she used to own this really big house, but she goes missing, and then 4 years later there's a newlywed couple who go and view her house because they're looking for their like dream home, and then they get stuck in this house because there's a big snowstorm, and the woman, the wife, she's like listening to the transcripts of the psychiatrist's sessions, and it's really quite freaky, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm really enjoying it. I'm already on a page 112, so I'm quite far in. I'll let you know how I go. I'm going to have some lunch and then I will continue reading. Right guys, I have just been out for a walk. I finished work like a couple of hours ago, and now I'm about to get into the bath. I am so close to finishing Never Lie by Frida McFadden, and it's so good. I think I'm gonna rate it 4 stars because I've kind of got to the point where I know what the twist is, and I think now it's just like wrapping it up. I definitely didn't see that twist coming, so I'm really happy with kind of like how that's ended. But now I'm gonna run myself a bath because, as you can tell, I am looking and feeling worse for wear, so I'm gonna wind down for the evening and just chill out.